Good morning, everybody. It's Baz from Pucker Pickers doing a quick show. I'd just like to say before I start, thank you to everybody who subscribed and got us to the 1,000 that we needed to get to, and watching our videos and supporting us. We really appreciate it, both me and Quinny, and please keep watching us. We do intend doing memberships as well at some point, because I myself know a lot more about the subject matter that I talk about, as does Quinny. He knows a lot more about the cards, things like that. He's got a really nice collection, as Quinny. He's got some fantastic stuff. So we want a sort of a question and answer session if we can, and you guys can sort of ask anything you want, and if it helps you sort of on your travels looking for stuff yourself, then that's the aim really, to make you better, hopefully, and you can find some bargains like we do and make a bit of more money. So just keep watching us. I hope you'll enjoy the future shows, and like I say, thank you very much for all the support. So I'm going to start off with something that I really like, and I go on that about quite often, which is these type of things, which is, if you look at the design, it's Art Deco, it's green Bakelite, and it's a little cream pot. Now, it's probably part of a vanity set, and it's got AB on the bottom there, and it's made in England, and the lid screws off. So I've got that there. They're only small, but they're really quite nice. And if you collect Bakelite, you're going to want a pair of these really, because I've actually got two of them. So both in really great condition. I paid a tenner for these, which sounds like a lot, but it's not, because I reckon they're worth around £15 each. So yeah, it's a triple your money thing, so very pleased with them. And I'd like to say I always buy Deco because I love the stuff. Then we'll just go a bit different with this. Now we've got this, which is, can you see that? So it's a vase, it's glass, it's white, red and white. It is a Murano fish vase. So this dates from around about the 1960s. It's really nicely modelled. It's hand blown. Your unique one-offs, because it's hand blown again. No two are the same. And this I paid quite a bit for, actually. I paid 15 quid for it. But to be fair, I think it's probably worth about 65. Very desirable, quite nice, and well, I actually like the idea of having it and displaying it for a while, because it is. See, look at that, it's quite nice. It's quite a nice thing. It is, and some of these things from the 1960s that are Murano could be worth quite a lot of money. So yeah, very pleased with that one. We'll come to this now, which again is a bit different to what I'm showing you there. So this again is Art Deco in design. It's a toast rack, and these shelves here are your three pieces of toast each side, and these circly bits there are for your condiments. Now, it hasn't got the condiments with it, however, you might find them on your travels, and it's not in bad condition, it really isn't. And I love the design of it again, because it's classic Art Deco in design. That's underneath it, and the plate is in really good order, which is another thing you should always watch out for when it comes to silver plate, is the condition of the plate, because what happens is the base metal will always shine through when it's worn. So if it's brass, for instance, which is the most common, it'll start yellowing off a little bit, so it'll look yellow. So that means the plate's worn basically. And the other one is like an orangey colour, which is copper, which is a sign of probably better quality plate, to be honest. Still buy plate if it's in good order, but if it's not in good order, I would advise not to buy it, because unless it's something exceptionally good really, because you can have it plated then. But the plating process costs a lot of money. But if you get the right thing, if it's a rare piece, buy a really good maker, because it'll be stamped underneath like silver is, only it'll just have the name of the silversmith who's modelled it. So with that in mind, yeah, just look out for the yellowing off and the sort of oranging off, because of the base metal coming through. Otherwise, I mean, this pair cost me £2. This, I would say as it stands, is worth about 20 quid. With a condiment set in it, it'd be worth about 45. So what the plan is now is I can sell it as it is, which I'll try to, probably get 20 quid for it as it stands. But if it doesn't sell, in the meantime, I'll be looking for condiment sets like, you know, a salt, a pepper, preserve, and mustard to go with that. But we'll see. Anyway, so that's that one. Then I come over to something a bit obvious again. You know what this is, don't you? Again, it's one of my old favourites. It's Art Deco. It's by, I think it's Crown Devon. So it's really nice. It's in a rouge colour. Classic design of Art Deco, which is fantastic, which I really, really love. Stumped up a bit for this. Paid 14 quid for it, but really like it. Value wise, it's worth about, I would say, 25 to 30 quid. And it's one of those things that I really, really like. It's got gold gilt finish here and here, which really adds to its appeal. And just really quite stunning in a way. It looked great on the sideboard somewhere. That's all. If it sells, I'll be happy. If it doesn't, I'll keep it. But there you go. Continuing on with the show, like I was saying, I want a more interactive show with you guys out there that are interested in finding out more about what you're collecting. Obviously, like, there's a lot of fakes out there. So how to tell the difference between a fake and the real thing. Some of the fakes are really good, but the telltale signs. So we could do a show based on that, where I can show you the difference between the fake and the real McCoy. Also, what to look out for when assessing pieces, especially pottery or anything like that, because what you tend to find is anything that's got a reasonably high value, they'll be fakes, and they mainly come from China. I think there's a lot of blue and white pottery out there that looks like it's Victorian, but it's not. It was mass produced in China, and they flooded the market with the stuff, so you're thinking you're getting something quite valuable, but actually it's not worth that much. It's a fraction of the price. The only good thing it's got going for it is quite decorative, and it looks okay to display. Other than that, you know, you'd struggle selling it, and then the repercussions of that is if you sell it on and people find out it's a fake, then they think you've scammed them and had them over. So it's important to do sort of a show on that, I think, and get your reactions to certain things and get your questions in there as well, because it's important to do it. If you're going to do things, do it right, I think, you know what I mean, and you become an expert yourself then, and it's just better all around for everything. You'll get a reputation for selling really good high-end quality goods. So yeah, look out for that when we start doing the membership and the question and answer show. It's going to be more interactive. Me and Quinny will front it, and we'll do shows based on what you want to know about as well. You know, you give us some ideas of what you want to know about, and we'll gear a show up just especially for what your specific interests are. Anyway, so let's crack on with what else I've got. Come to this guy now, which is, yeah, you guessed it, it's another Art Deco, but it's Art Deco jug. Really, really nice colours, the way it's coloured. It's a greeny, bluey colour with a black pattern, so it's all hand painted. That, again, I think the footrim says made in England. It's an impress mark, and that's another thing you'll find. You know, some marks on pottery are impress marks, some are printed. Some are not marked at all, but that doesn't mean to say they're not worth money, because I'll explain again, like some of these shows, what we're going to do, why some things are printed and some things are not. Basically, it's to do with years and years ago, around about 1800, 1820, a certain factory was being copied, and so basically people were faking a factory, in particular, and selling the wares off as if it was theirs, and it wasn't. So they got this registration system and marking system, so everything was kosher then. So this, anyway, back to this, it's got a lovely sort of half moon handle there, really good condition, nice display item, really like it. It's got those vibrant colours that you want to see that are popular, just popular. That's what's good about Deco. Obviously, people can use it today, and it goes into the modern home. So it's a really nice way to collect Deco, I think, personally. But everyone's got different tastes. That's just me. So this, I paid a grand total of a £5 for, and it's worth around about, I would say, £20 to £25. So I'm really happy with that. Something a bit different now. Actually, do this. So we've got this. Now this you think might be an ice bucket. I actually thought it was an ice bucket when I bought it. Got a lid on it. So I'll set the lid off a minute. So yeah, it looks like an ice bucket. It's in its little metalware frame. Got bum feet on it there. So this actually isn't an ice bucket. It's actually a biscuit barrel, and it's really heavy because it's crystal. It's really nice quality crisp design. That's another thing to look for in glass. You know, the crisp design. Sign of quality. It'd be heavy because crystal's basically lead based, so it's very heavy. And this is a really nice quality item, and I paid around about £8 for this. And this is the lid there. Yeah, £8 paid for this, and it's worth around, I would say, £45, because it's just a nice decorative item. Again, you could use it as a nice bucket if you wanted. I think personally it would be a bit more suited if you had a decanter and you wanted a nice bucket. That's your boy, basically. So yeah, nice thing to find, in really good condition, and it's quality. Quality always shines through, and it's worth around £45. So really pleased with that. So yeah, like I was saying before, get your questions in, guys. I'm happy to answer any questions that you've got, any ideas for shows that you want to know about, whether it be cars, whether it be pottery, whether it be silver and silver plate, you know, anything like that. I'm happy to help with this. Obviously tree and wooden things, I know about them as well. So anything you can think of that you're interested in, we're more than happy to do a show on and make it more interactive. So, you know, you go out there with a bit more knowledge and potentially know what to look for. Because that's what happens half the time I walk around. I can't believe why people have picked that up there, I don't know. And that's all about what you know, basically, because knowledge is power. The more knowledge you've got, the more chance you've got of finding the right items. So as I've been saying, so the other thing to look out for on pottery is patterns. Sort of the most common pattern you'll see on blue and white pottery is called the willow pattern. You'll see it, and it was used by all the factories basically, because it was quite popular, blue and white, back in the day. But that particular pattern is so common that really there's not a lot of value in willow pattern pieces because of its mass-produced nature, really. So the only ones that are really worth a few quid is the factories. So you've got to know about your factories, basically. So some of the factories make high-end, better quality items. You've probably got a value with them. So I'll crack on further with the show now. Yes, I'll show you next, which is an elephant, and it's brass, and it's what you call sandcastle. Look at the age under there, really quite old. It's 19th century. Really nice details, really chunky, heavy thing. It'd make a great paperweight. Now the guy, I think it was either a man or a boy that was knelt on the top of the elephant. It's an Indian elephant. You can tell that by the ears, they're only small. All handmade. The detail's really good on it, and it's a really nice piece. And I paid £2 for this, which was a steal. And it's one of those things, if I sell it, you know, I'll take the money obviously, but it's worth about 30 quid, 40 quid. But I just really like it. It's one of those unusual things that you don't see that often. And I always like to buy anything I've not seen before and it looks alright, I'll always buy because of that reason. Because anything that's rare, generally, that's a decent price. And then that's another thing to watch out for. If you see things that are very common when you're out there on these travels, then don't buy them, because basically the market's flooded with them, and they've not got much of a value really. So you can make that mistake. And don't get me wrong, I've made all these mistakes myself. This is how I learned 20 odd years ago when I started. Making mistakes is probably the best way to learn anything really. But with that, bearing that in mind, if I can put you on the right track and sort of eliminate some of those little mistakes and pitfalls that are out there, then basically you should definitely improve in what you're buying, and maybe you can be more confident, and you'll know straight away. It's like me, I can walk towards a table and I've spotted what I really want to look at before I've even got near it. And half the time I look at pottery, for instance, before I even pick it up to look underneath to see what the label is, I already know what it is because I've seen it many times. So those are some characteristics to look out for. So we'll come to this now, which is Euro jug, and it's Turkish, it's all hand chased, it's in copper, it's, I won't class it as an antique, I'd say it's more of a collectible. It has got a bit of age to it, but not much. I'd say it's probably 20 or 30 years old. Really nicely handmade, so that's why I bought it, because it's handmade, it's got that look about it, it's very decorative. It's copper, and it's all hand chased around the edges there and around the side. So, yeah, nice thing. Paid £7 for. It's worth around 25, so quite happy with that. Then we come to this, which is, you've got it, it's another piece of art deco. Now this is like early plastic again, well, almost like a perspex, but the classic design of the thing. I thought it might have been a butter dish to begin with, but when I looked inside it, there's a compartment that's probably missing, and that I really like. Just the colour, the colour sells it for me for one, and the other thing it's got going for it is the design's fantastic. I just love it, and I didn't pay a lot for that. I paid a pound for it, bought it for £1, yeah. And it's worth, I reckon it's worth £15 to £20. And again, because I like it that much, I'm not keen to get short of it really. I've never seen one before. I just like the design of it, so I'm quite happy to hang on to it really. This, which is quite portly gentleman, and is a book. He's probably a book person, like an accountant or something like that, because he's got his book under his arm there, and he's either on his way home from work or going to work. And this is an antique. This is probably, it's over 100 years old. Probably dates from about 1890ish, something like that. And it's cast iron, and you can see the mark down the side there. It's been cast in a mould, so it tells it's cast iron. It's very heavy. Condition of it's pretty good actually, considering how old it is. And this chap, his job in life was he's a doorstop, but it's an unusual doorstop with a difference, because it's probably quite rare. I paid £10 for him, and he is worth 100. I've seen one online, not as good as this, condition wise, and they're asking around about 90 quid, so I reckon this is worth £10 more easily. So there's that one. And then I'm going to finish now with this, another piece of Art Deco. It's a cigarette case, and it's got enamel finishing around the side there, around the side there, and just on the mechanism that opens it there, so you press that in, and it opens, well, it should open up, opens up, and there you go. It's a cigarette case, which now can be turned into a card case. This is a nice quality one, by the way. So this, it's engine turned on the top, you can see that there, and then the hinge at the back's really good as well. So it's quality, and it'll double up as a nice card case this now, because people don't smoking is very severe at the minute. So yeah, that paid £4 for. I reckon that's worth around £20 to £30. So really pleased with that. So don't forget, guys.
I think what happened, Vase sent me over some footage and the ending was just skipped off. So I believe what he was going to say is, don't forget, keep watching Pucker Pickers. I hope you learn stuff from us. And thanks all yous once again for subscribing to us, supporting us, watching our content. And yeah, let's keep it rolling. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers, guys.